Hello everyone. So today in this presentation, I will discuss the types of immigration and immigration patterns in the United States. Before that, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Sara Waworuntu with the last student number 095. Immigration has played a central role in shaping American society, culture, economy, and political institutions. The United States is often described as a nation of immigrants because the majority of its population can trace their roots to people who migrated from other parts of the world. By understanding the different types of immigration and the patterns over time, we can be better understand on how America developed into the country it is today. So before I explain to you about the types of immigration in the United States, I would like to briefly give an introduction to the immigration itself. So immigration refers to the movement of people from one country to another with the intention of settling permanently or semi-permanently. In the American context, immigration is closely linked to economic opportunity, political freedom, family reunification, and humanitarian protection. U.S. immigration is regulated by federal laws that determine who can enter, stay, and eventually become citizens. Over time, these laws have changed in response to economic needs, social pressure, and global events. So in general, immigration in the United States can be divided into several main types. These include legal or authorized immigration, refugees and asylum seekers, temporary or non-immigrant migration, and unauthorized immigration. Each type has different legal statuses, purposes, and impacts on American society. I will now explain each type in more detail. The first type is legal immigration. Legal immigration is the most structured and regulated form of immigration in the United States. Immigrants enter the country with official permission from the U.S. government. One major category under legal immigration is family-based immigration, which allows U.S. citizens or permanent residents to sponsor close family members such as spouses, children, parents, or siblings. This type reflects the American value of family unity and has been one of the largest sources of immigrants for decades. Another important category is employment-based immigration. This type allows foreign workers to enter the U.S. based on their skills, education, or professional expertise. Highly skilled workers such as engineers, doctors, researchers, and IT specialists often enter through this pathway. Employment-based immigration supports economic growth and innovation, especially in industries that require specialized knowledge. There is also diversity-based immigration, commonly known as the Diversity Visa Lottery. This program aims to increase immigration from countries that historically have low immigration rates to the United States. Each year, selected applicants are granted permanent residency, promoting multicultural representation in American society. Now, the second type is refugees and asylum seekers. So, refugees and asylum seekers falls under humanitarian immigration. Refugees are people who flee their home countries due to war, persecution, or violence and apply for protection from outside the United States. Asylum seekers, on the other hand, apply for protection after they arrive in the U.S. or at a port of entry. This type of immigration reflects America's historical role as a place of refuge and protection. Refugees and asylum seekers are protected under international law, and the U.S. government evaluates their cases carefully to determine eligibility. Although their numbers are smaller compared to family-based immigration, their impact is significant in humanitarian and moral terms. And the third type is temporary or non-immigrant migration. Not all immigrants come to the United States permanently. Temporary immigrants, also known as non-immigrants, enter the country for a specific purpose and time period. These include international students, tourists, temporary workers, diplomats, and exchange visitors. For example, student visas allow international students to study at American universities, contributing to academic diversity and economic revenue. Temporary workers visas allow employers to hire foreign labor when there is a shortage of domestic workers. Although temporary immigrants are not permanent residents, many later adjust their status and become a long-term resident. And the last type is unauthorized immigration. Unauthorized immigration refers to individuals who enter the United States without legal permission or overstay their visas. This type of immigration is one of the most debated political and social issues in the US. Many undocumented immigrants migrate due to economic hardship, violence, or a lack of opportunities in their home countries. Despite lacking legal status, undocumented immigrants often contribute to sectors such as agriculture, construction, and service industries. Their presence raises complex questions about border control, human rights, labor protection, and immigration reform. So now I'm going to explain about the immigration patterns from historical perspective. So immigration patterns in the US have changed significantly over time. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, most immigrants came from Europe, particularly from countries like Ireland, Germany, Italy, and Eastern Europe. These immigrants were largely driven by industrialization, famine, and political instability in their home countries. And post-1965 immigration shift, a major turning point occurred with the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which eliminated national origin quotas. After this, immigration patterns shifted dramatically. More immigrants began arriving from Latin America, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Countries such as Mexico, China, India, and the Philippines, and Vietnam became major sources of immigrants. This shift significantly increased ethnic, cultural, and linguistic diversity in American society and reshaped urban demographics across the country. And next is the settlement patterns. Traditionally, immigrants settled in major cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, where jobs and immigrant communities were available. However, in recent decades, immigrants have increasingly moved to suburban areas and new destination states such as Texas and Florida. These changes are influenced by economic opportunities, lower living costs, and expanding job markets across the country. So, in conclusion, immigration in the United States consists of multiple types, including legal immigration, humanitarian migration, temporary migration, and unauthorized immigration. Immigration patterns have shifted from European dominance to greater global diversity, especially after the 1965. Immigrants continue to shape American society through their cultural, economic, and social contributions. And overall, immigration is not only a historical process, but also an ongoing force that continues to influence American institutions and national identity today. So, to conclude, understanding the types of immigration and the changing immigration patterns in the United States allows us to see how immigration has shaped the country's institutions, diversity, and national identity. Immigration is not only a historical foundation of the United States, but it is also a continuing process that influences its social structure, economy, and political debates today. Thank you so much for your attention.